stay, sometimes overshot, we are given 30 minutes. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning to the BNI members. It's my gratitude to be here. I like early birds. Early bird need early birds. I wake up early and I really salute to all these punctuality, because punctuality in Malaysia is one of the discrepancy. So our Marcus Huang and our Kevin Lee, Patrick, and also the leadership of BNI. Surprisingly, I saw Kevin Lee here. I caught him in surprise. I don't know. I can recognize people, but sometimes not by the name. But suddenly I see this gentleman. I think I met many years ago. That was about 25 years ago. When I was a student in college in KL, I was riding a motorbike, and I joined one of his early company in the Future Index. So continually, he is a specialist in the finance industry. So glad to have old friend, and also thanks Patrick for arrangement, and also Ken for arrangement. My gratitude, and also you deserve a big hand again, being an early bird. So when I talk to the young after Form 5 leavers for entrepreneurship that I'm very straightforward. Supposed to start at 10, they started at 10:15. I say I was here 9:45. They say you're telling me the jam is a typical Malaysian discrepancy. All right. Yes. I will give a book to BNI. You are not fired. Because it's so timely. Yesterday Trump was elected. I have been following. You are fired. His talk show or his the TV show that inspired me, that I have authored a book in 2009, simply because 50 attitudes not to be fired, to inform to the young people in Malaysia, especially 2009, that we were facing the big turmoil, that maybe we would be retrenched. So back to the basic attitude that I would like to share with you. I hardly give away because I just keep about 20 to 30 copies, but it's just timely with the Trump election. Of course, we feel surprised. Maybe I spent about 5 to 10 minutes, then not so kanchong. You sure you deserve to all the money talk. Sometimes I talk too much money, very dry. So I want something a bit juicy this morning. With Trump, it was a surprise. And also I met a few traders here in securities. It's your opportunities. It's your opportunities when the market crash. For the last 20 years, since 1998, I think we have learned enough. Market crash is not merely a problem, but it's opportunity. Honestly, it's not the concept talking. So I think when the market rechecking up, I think you are making some profit. But the majority don't believe that. They say, when will be the bottom again? They wait. People like George Soros already take advantage. Of course, if you have ample cash in hand, I think there is the opportunity. So yesterday and last night, I was invited by Spanish ambassador to do business networking. I was very encouraged. As Ken said, that like today, the BNI, I think now I'm on Facebook Live to inform to the ground what we have been doing. Last night I was with Spanish group. I feel so encouraged. Not simply because I'm from Prime Minister Department, I will talk good about the government, talk good about the authority. But I listen to the third party. I would like to. That the Spanish MNC CEO, I engaged with them, a few of them for the whole night, eat a very simple Spanish fried rice. But they say we have chosen Malaysia as the #1 investment country among the ASEAN country. So it's from the other people's mouth, it's not from ourselves. Sometimes we Malaysians, we don't see the opportunity here. I also just got back from Taiwan last week, that I went to the highest administrative, I don't know what they call in English, 行政院. I was there, that even their new SOC policy, if you heard about that recently, their president, new elected president, come out with a new policy that New South means come to Southeast Asia. Malaysia is the first pick of their strategy. So next week, Monday, I will be invited to represent Malaysia to talk about ASEAN Taiwan. So of course, as a salesman, I'm going to sell more about Malaysia. So a lot of Malaysians say, this country is no good, a lot of problems, But I tell you, other people really look at us. Again, China, OBO, One Belt, One Road. Last year, before I brought 150 SME to engage with Beijing SME, we have a very small luncheon with the ambassador of China, Wang Huikang. He told us, OBO, we are the number one choice, Malaysia, simply because we have a very good fundamental and we have a good GDP, and also you have all kinds of advantages. So being in the BNI as a businessman, before I talk money, I think that is very important to encourage you. And also party to party for OBO, because in China, the whole policy strategy is very much driven by this Communist Party. So whatever they will spearheaded by the political party, you like it or not, because it's their system. Party to party, they choose Malaysia Chinese Association (MCA) as the strategic partner. So you can see many events organized by MCA simply because it's a party to party, it's in their OBO agenda. So again, yesterday with the Spanish group, that I feel very encouraged. I will quickly put it on Facebook so that people start to create a very positive energy. As just now I engage in one of the feng shui master here, doctor. Yeah? So we must have good energy. Yeah, this morning good energy. Yep. So with Trump, I would say that I feel I was laughing when he said he want to build the walls with Mexico. Yesterday in the Facebook, I said, wall demand, bricks price go up. Everybody was laughing. So even he tried to curb China to coming in. I have been dealing with the export market, 80 to 90% of our goods. Even when I work for people and I did my own business, I very much an export guy. When the world talking about globalization, talking about competitive advantage, talking about blue ocean strategy, but our American always was the leaders in free trade belief. But when they were outbeaten by China, by Vietnam, by Mexico, they said, no, we're going to beat the wall. So they outdid or outdo, like the Taiwanese told me, my customer, that was about 15, 16 years ago. Every month I'm traveling to Dongguan. So they said that we're going to shut down the American factories, home factories. I thought he was joking. In fact, the whole trend really wiped away the American, that's why the American out of job. In a way, Trump is right. In a way, it's not right as far as free trade is concerned. So even during Obama time that they have applied anti-dumping when they cannot compete anymore. So I was laughing. What is WTO, World Trade Organization? What is free trade? When you are outbeaten, you start to apply anti-dumping tax against China. That's why affected my customer, affected my business. So that's why I've gone through all this very business practical approach. That's why I would like to see, how Trump will do it. But in a way, also, my personal opinion will help to relax a bit of global warming. Because of the free trade, we create a lot of production. We create a lot of production line that I from a wood-based industry. Even at that time, I wrote in the magazine as a columnist to write about the industry. And I say that it's not the real demand of the humankind, but it's the creation of the fake demand. Today, when we talk Malaysian business is no good for the past 2 years, they say, hopeless government, hopeless whatever, hopeless this and that. But in fact, it's not only we alone. The whole world was affected simply because we have enjoyed a good time for the past 10 years, simply to create fake demand. Look at why should we change handphone months to months, quarterly to quarterly? Why? So this is a fake demand. So when we eat, we overeat, excess eating, buffet, this and that, we put up party. So actually no need. So those days we increase our production capacity, hope that there will be orders. Now no more the story. So now it's back to basics. that we have to be prudent in our approach when it comes to do business. So this is what my opinion. And okay, so this is will be interesting to look at Trump, how to do it. On one thing, he just like us, a businessman. So he's jumped out from the box to do something. Otherwise, he's too conventional and too diplomatic to come to the building up a new system. Again, I think before I get started with the money things, that I would say why today, just now with the feng shui doctor saying that the energy is something wrong on the hair wire, I would say with the democracy-led capitalism, we have encouraged a lot of urbanization. Okay, a little bit of jargon here. Urbanization. The whole world, the whole earth, 70% of the human being moving to the city. Say like in KL, in maybe in Shanghai and Beijing. So when everybody flock into a city, the costs go up. Salary, you can't catch up with the cost of living. But the kampong, no people. Everything is very cheap out in our kampong. So when everybody rush into a very limited resources, then your salary can't catch up. A lot of B40, below 40, we are very frustrated with life and what do you call the situation. Then you start using so-called the democracy on the street to go against. This thing not only in Malaysia. I've been traveling still very often, even in Hong Kong. This is the 16th month of the lowest retail index after the occupation of a central, Jinzhou. So we are not talking who is right, who is wrong. When you start create this kind of uncertainty, then you're losing up some business opportunities. So we are not alone. All these grievances, I think, including China, America as well. So as Trump said, nothing to lose. So he put very much emphasis on the steel, put very much on job creation. So he said that they have imported about 80% of their steel and metal from overseas, 40% of their oil and gas. So I think they have reversed the so-called globalization, will be a very close economy. This is what my observation for the past maybe 12 hours, and of course my accumulation of observation. Okay, let us start to talk money, okay? Okay, maybe back to the first slide, the very first slide. This agency, Secretary for the Advancement of Malaysian Entrepreneur, was set up on 1st of October 2014 under Dato Sri Wee Ka Siong office. Dato Sri Wee Ka Siong is taking care of SME Malaysia as well as Chinese village. So he invited me, we are friends. He get me in because he know that I'm a businessman. Can you please set up an agency, do it very practically, and also do it very quick as well as very high profile. So that's why when we do, we disseminate to the ground on the publicity. That's why this is how we come. Surprisingly, after 6 months, we have created some names in the market in SME Malaysia, simply because of the money talks. I think it's the most practical. Malaysia, there are 665,000 SME. 665,000 SME, with a ratio of 98.5% with the total enterprises. So what you see, you look around your table, basically everybody SME. What is the definition of SME? 50 million ringgit sales turnover and below. If you are the manufacturer, 200 workers and below. If you are the trading and services, if you are 30 million and below, and your workers 75 workers and below. I think basically everybody has SME. Okay, so you would have some benefit of that. We have 6 missions. If you look at that, with the vision, globalize ourselves. We SME very complacent. We stay put. Even 20 years ago, I mixed around with the SME Association. Even though I wasn't a member, I invited as a guest speaker. A lot of SME say, here market still go okay lah, we say okay, why should we go up? because we do not have a tiger from behind to chase us. Not like Taiwan, everybody got to flee the country to set up a factory in China and Vietnam. Singapore, they have to set up the factory in Vietnam, even to Iskandar now. Malaysia, we are still okay lah. That's why, even though we speak some English, but we are not so globalized. We are a bit takut mati. So we encourage to globalize ourselves. First mission that we gathered 50 ministries, 64 agencies that related to SME, and also we have gathered 18 agencies from the government that got money to borrow some grant. Okay, so later I'm going to share. And also the other very interesting one is we set up the angel funds, VC, equity crowdfunding, and the latest last week announced P2P loan, online loan that I'm going to share a bit. So this is how signify ourselves. We have a new positioning in this. And next, we're talking about business proposal. That when you want to get loan, get money, that I don't know how to do business proposal and business plan. We do have a workshop. We just did it a few months ago. We're going to do it twice a year if I can. And also we set up a business incubator, first of its kind in Malaysia, integrated with College University TAR, together with the Taiwan Dual Academy, as well as Tongwu University. So not only limited with Taiwan, but they have a strong networking among the Southeast Asian Business Incubator, as well as in China. Next, we set up a Champions Club that we gather all those awards winners, to report to you. Malaysia, we have 37 awards presentation. Silently talk to you, some of them selling. We want the genuine champions. That's why we form a Champions Club that so far we have 80 members. I'm very confident by year end we'll grow up to 100, even 120. We get ready all these champion SME to be globalized match. Otherwise, we invite some of the friend company. Say for example, you are matching with the China SME. You know how big and how strong is the China SME. So you get simply anyone sit around, then you start asking what is your sales turnover and this, you don't know how to answer. So one or two figures, they will know that how far can you go and how far can you match. And also we form a club called Successor. Typically, always the parents think that, hey, my business is so great, my children will inherit or take over my business. It's become a very big problem, not only in Malaysia. So we form this one, the children say, go and talk to my father. He is so stereotyped. I want to do something great. He always don't believe in us. And then the father said, Neil, go and talk to my children. They never listen to me. I've gone through so many recessions, how can he be on his own, Wow, it's a generation gap. And the sixth mission, that G2G matching, that we have brought many SME abroad, even every month that we receive people from overseas, Taiwan, China, even last 2 weeks, Japan also bring their delegation, Korea, I myself also invited to do a lot of this kind of matching. That also we believe not only to tell people how important it is the export market, but we have to tell them how to tackle the logistics. So if you say you export to China, you have a great product, but you do not know how to do packaging, you do not know how to do your licenses, and also you clear your port logistics, I don't think you will be there. So that is very important as well. So this is our sixth mission. These are six missions. Alright, so this is in Chinese version. And we are not only standing out on the stage talking concept, but we really have our advisors, 20 of them. Half of them are national president of the business NGOs and SME association. So we have a group chat. They reflect their ground grievances, their strategies to our minister. Minister look at that. Either every Wednesday or Friday there is a cabinet meeting. Dr. Sri Vikasham, very hardworking ministers, we bring it to the cabinet to discuss. Especially, I think everybody is cursing about the foreign labor things, right? And also at one time was GST, the money refund and all this. We have tackled all this. Okay, so I think you can start to take picture, start money talk. If you look at the graph at the center, normally these are very typical fund resources from commercial banks. Okay, if your company is not 3 years, normally you can't get your loan. Isn't it correct? Correct, right? So to me also the same. When I started up my business, I go and scold the bank that why don't you loan it to me? But I did a mistake because simply it's their policy that they want to look into your 3 years historical performance. So on the left-hand side here, this is the so-called DFI, Development Financial Institution. The banks or the financial institutions set up by the government. So these, they are giving out a soft loan. Soft loan means a low interest, 4% to 8%. Most of them lower than the commercial bank, but some of it is higher, like say for CGC, because it has a guarantee fund. But always we make a mistake that saying that interest so high, why should we take the loan? But if the commercial bank don't give you the loan, what choice do you have? The extra of 2-3% for a year, you think that if you can't win back or you can't make it back, I think your business shouldn't be exist anymore. You know, say for example, if you get a loan for 300,000, so the effective interest rate could be for CGC, for example, could be 12%. But if each of your transaction you are going for 20%, 5 times transaction a year, 100% minus the 12%, you still can make it. So you must change our mindset. So when we share about money matters, also we are sharing of changing our mindset. Just like go to a restaurant, sometimes you have no chance, even near the toilet also you need to sit down, correct or not? Otherwise you have a lot of choices. Right hand side, we are talking about VC and also angel fund. Okay? We widen our mindset, always we are stereotyped at the center. So now you have left and right. So in Chinese, 左青龙右白虎. Like Feng Shui say, or like our brotherhood say. That means left is dragon, right is tiger. If a direct translation. Okay, this one also you can start to take pictures. If you look at this area here, you can take pictures. Even though I don't show any website or telephone, as I say, as a businessman, when you look at it, you can start to sniff it. Then you can start to check on what you need for that. So we have Matrade, MITI, and all these some little grant. If you want to do export, you can apply for that. Could be about 40% to 50% you can get back of your exhibition fees and all these. But of course, make sure that you are Sendirian Berhad, please. Okay, don't think that Sendirian Berhad I have to pay extra for the accounting. Audit and also accounting 6,000 per year. 1 month only 500. If you think that 6,000 you can't afford to pay for this, better you don't do that kind of business. Okay, I'm a very straightforward guy. I'm a businessman. 6,000 also cannot pay. I want to save something. Then you cannot enjoy all these perks and benefits. Then of course you have some this Kojali. This one is more for the Chinese fund that we have 50 million. 2 years ago, 50 million last year, and this year we got another 50 million. So far we have reimbursed 80 million. We still have about 30 over million to go. That we are looking only 2 years historical data, and also we're loosening up some criteria. You can go out to the online to check, but this one more for the Chinese fund. And then the rest, like SME bank also. A lot of people think that this is only for Bumi. It's not true. For all walks of SME, they can loan out a few millions. Interesting thing is they have a graduate startup fund. They have a young entrepreneur startup fund. Graduates 40 years old and below. Youth is 30 years old and below. So that's why SME bank look like a commercial bank, but it's a bit different. They are looking into future. That's why I say commercial bank is looking into hari ini dalam sejarah in the history. But the SME bank is looking into future a bit and also now. Okay, venture capital is looking into future. This is how I define it when the SME bank CEO also gets shocked. My good friend now. So after we do all this same talk, they got a lot of good business in, good borrowers for SME bank. Then of course we have CGC. CGC also they have two kinds of a normal loan and the other one is a guarantee fees. Guarantee fund by the government. If you can't repay, government will guarantee you 70%. You can think of this. You really have a difficulty of putting through with a commercial bank. And we have market, as I said, grant. BSN is more for personal loan, like 30, 50,000. And again, also BSN told me, Neil, go and tell all the non-Bumi, we are not renting to the Bumi only. So we are for everybody. So there is a lot of myths of about all these government agencies. Then we have Co-op Bank also for working capital, but they do not have many branches. Exim Bank, you do import and export. If you want to promote Malaysia food business, you can go for Exim Bank. There are a few cases who come to me to promote Malaysia food. Green Tech, this is very much on the tech loan, very big, huge loan to be lent out. And of course, the Lim Association is more for the penjaja, for the hawkers. This is a very small fund, say a few thousand. MIDF for automation. So if you want to automize your production, you can go for MIDF. They really, one of the case that the ex-president of SME Association, Mr. Kisi, for the past 20 years, he has accumulated his fund from MIDF. It's not a Bumi, it's a Chinese company. I think about 20 million. In average, interest 2.8%. So a lot of people do not know about this. If you have an old machine, want to change new machine, you can go to MIDF as well. So of course, MIDA is very much of FDI, DDI, and mostly you have R&D. Okay, so I think my time's 5 minutes to go. Quickly, this mostly you have grant inside. If you invent something, you can go and try. Some people get, like a stem cell company, get 4 million from that. And we have MTDC, very interesting. You have loan, you have grant, you have equity. If the loan you can't pay, they can become your shareholders. You can talk to them. MTDC is very interesting. MTech is very much on the ICT. MDB, you have intellect property and technology. The loan can go up to 75 million, very big. If you're a tech company. And My Creative is the most risky if you are doing your stand-up comedian show, your arts gallery and all these, maybe like TV production and all these, you can go for My Creative. This is the highest risk agency to loan out things. Used to be grant, but all either kena chika and all these abuse when they become loan. Alright, quickly, only 5 minutes. We are talking about marketable and bankable. Always we say that we're working hard to sell our thing, but make sure that you have a bankable approach from the finance industry, that your account must win the investor as well as your finance loan. And also you have to make use of your internet plus or plus internet and also capital mechanism. VC and all these is a kind of capital mechanism. Each time when the investor come into your company, you do valuation. Now today is 1 ringgit of the share. After investor come in, first round become 3 ringgit, and 8 ringgit, 20 ringgit. So before you get to IPO, a lot of my friends, they go to IPO listed, very nervous on the day, whether the price go up or go down. But you do all this exercise before, just like Grab Taxi, today you already cash in, whether IPO or not, is none of my business. Even its IPO in New York Stock Exchange is a plus bonus, just an FGB that we have done great. Okay, these are our, maybe you can quickly take a photo. These are our activities. All our activities is presented by the artworks. This is some new approach so that mind mapping into your memory. So you can follow our activities from time to time from my Facebook or even from the media. Alright, so if you can't get it, you can share from your friend. And Turun Padang, this is called Turun Padang. You invite me, I come, so we don't play as a government agency, wait for 3 months to see whether I come or not, So one phone call away, then I will come. If I can, not every day. Okay, financial roadshow is very important. I hope that next time BNI, we inform you. We have a very complete financial roadshows that we invited the 18 agency to come, as well as they have the kiosk there, you can interact with them. Okay, these are contact. QR code, Malaysia, we are far behind. That's why Jack Ma only come now with digital advisor, too late already. But still, we welcome him. Okay, we have done this, in China, everything we are doing QR code. We are not exchanging business card because we want to save 30% of the card. 1,600 financial ratio, very successful, and that was 3 months ago. So next I will invite you. Okay, VC, we have 12 funders. Okay, you can come to our VC pitch. So far we have done 80 companies. We have 12 funders, including Temasek, the one that we invested in Grab Taxi, 2B, maybe now it's 10B. Okay, so when you are interested to pitch for your money, normally we give you 10 minutes only, talk the essential part, what is the return. Then, before that you fill out an application form, you send it to these 12 funders for them to pick. If one of the funders pick you, we invite you for pitch. So we just did it last month, 10 companies so far accumulated 80 companies. So one of the great success, Mr. Cool, the ice cream got 6.5 million, all in crowdfunding, angel and VC. Okay, this is how I'm a moderator, so this is our pitch program. And crowdfunding Malaysia, there are 6 licenses that issued beginning of this year that they have done great. So they go online to get the sophisticated investor that net worth more than 3 million to invest in your company. Maybe you let go say about 20%, your valuation up, then you get some money. Not only that, they mentor you and also give you some kind of guidance. There are 6 licenses. Okay, one of them also is in our panel, Crowd Plus. We also do a lot of press conference to inform the market. My Starter is the product that you can do online, also in our panel, that exchange for voucher, is a market testing, also get some money for your product, so that to inform to the market, also to get some money. So we are very glad that even we create some name, even Prince Andrew Pitch as Palace, that was 3 months ago, organized by A-Asia. We are invited as part of the panel VC organizer. So that's why we created name, even though it's within 2 years, but really created our positioning in terms of finance and VC. So I saw, the day I was in Hong Kong, I saw him again in Mandarin Oriental in the cafe, Prince Andrew. Okay, this is the latest, very interesting. I think most of you do not know. Just last week, I think Thursday or Friday, we launched the 6 licenses for P2P loan. Means you go online, you can get your loan, not only from bank, this so-called fintech, this so-called online loan. So these are more interested than the equity crowd. So one thing, as I said, Malaysia, we have good staff, but the way we deliver the communication to the ground is not so effective. That's why I would engage with one of the licensee operator. We do a press conference to inform to the ground. So otherwise, another 10 years, you do not know there is the existence of such great things. So in China, this has been a very normal thing. Malaysia, you can help a lot. So if those people have money, you can become okay, these are the 6 licenses. You can take the pictures here. So I will invite, or they will come to us as a panel. Okay, I think 1 minute I can, of course, so we have a same talk that display all the good things. We invite all the very successful entrepreneurs to share their things, champions that we say. So we have a new sign, because Malaysia always take photo, the photographer like that, we say, nah, this one, champion. A new sign. Okay, successor, we have done halal, China 1.3 billion market, but I tell you Muslim market is 1.6 billion, you know what I mean. Get jakim and do it. Even last week I was in the Chinese tea merchant. Get your jakim to sell it to our non-Chinese market, and there is a way to go. So even we invite a lot of like China, the food industry, come here, get a proper jakim, then you can penetrate into the 1.6 billion world Muslim market. Japan is really very seriously. Incubator, as we said, we launched it, and Red Dots, we train after Form 5 entrepreneur. I think Patrick Sun is joining the program. Okay, so again, C, no more this one, C champions. Okay, product telling. Give me another 1 minute. Product telling. Malaysia, we know that how to do packaging. packaging and branding. But when we say, hey, why your business so good? My product is good. Why your product is good? Quality good. Then what else? Service very good. What else? Product good. What else? Service very good. Nothing else. But if you go to Taiwan, pineapple tarts, like this guy, I just went there again and become a good friend. Pineapple tarts, you can sell $70, 70 ringgit per box. I'm from Malacca, pineapple tarts very very good. 12 ringgit per case, all goyang, no packaging. So even he has the story, you know why my pineapple tart is good? My pineapple is nice. Why my pineapple is nice? It's planted in the Nantou Hill in Taichung. Why the hill is so great? Because it's very near to the sun. I said, no, this is my joke. We are receiving the first sunlight of the day. Romantic. You start planting in your concept. That's why you must create your storyline, especially the content marketing or social marketing. This Daphne Shu, next week I'm going to see her again. Next week I will invite her to come and talk. So he owns 6 outlets. His cafe is in the great movie, Jiu Ba Dao. I tell you, last year 11 franchisees come from Taiwan. I listened to their story. It's so impressive now. Until the bird also will come down. So we must learn how to tell story. So maybe like Patrick, Patrick, I'm a great photographer. Why photographer? Because one day I was dreaming, somebody give me the inspiration, then I come out become a great photographer. Talk lah, great lah. You got story, you tell, story how? You create lah. Okay, so then also women talent sheet, 30 seconds. This one, Malaysia, 54% of our women come to the workforce above the world average, but we are far below Vietnam, Thailand, and Singapore and Hong Kong. They are 80% working. Why? Because Hong Kong cost of living very high. They need a lot of income, and Vietnam and Thailand, because the salary is low, they say they need to go out. That's why I said Malaysia, the wife is very fortunate because husband is very loving. Stay at home, you need to work 54%. So I think the women should give a round of applause to our men here. But yet we encourage the wife or even the women at home to do some e-commerce. The real e-commerce, not being 10,000, 20,000 to create a website and OA, that's it. You must really learn how to sell things online, create some income, 3,000 to 5,000. Then after a while, I launched a campaign to get the SME to outsource the e-commerce to all these women online. So a lot of SME engage 1 or 2 IT staff, then finally they do not know how to do e-commerce. They know only how to reformat the computer, finally is a computer guy. So how can you get a production manager to do selling? Same thing, how can you get IT people to do e-commerce? E-commerce is some kind of online sales and marketing, very talkative like us, then we can do that kind of selling. So this is the concept. Okay, finally, of course, we have a lot of grievances about the country. Let us be the great salesman when we go out. As I say, if you're a restaurant owner, when people ask you, how's your business? No good. How's business? No good. The economy no good. Finally, I said, boss, I don't come to your restaurant. Why? Because your meat is not fresh, your veggie is not fresh. People are telling me their business is no good. So we keep saying all these negative things. Other people will not come to our country. That is our duties. That's why when I go overseas, whenever I see people, we've got to be very positive in our approach so that we can prosper the country. All right, thank you very much.